you've been through, why you got scars. Since you walked through the door, I've been trying to reach you, 'cause I feel you. What's the story to tell? What's the story behind the mountain you're trying to climb? Think I've heard it before.
What's up, beauties? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're brand new here and this is the very first time you're ever seeing me, what's up? I am Jen. I share all things health and wellness here on the channel. Anything I do to level up my own life, I share with you guys in hopes to inspire and motivate you to do the same. So if that sounds like your jam, make sure to subscribe before we jump into today's video. All right, babes, we have another meal prep video coming at you. I don't think I've done a meal prep video in a hot minute, but since how we are into week 1 of the cut, we needed to be prepped and ready to rock and roll so that we could stay consistent, hit our targets, and to ensure that we get some results out of this baby. Super pumped. So without a ton of gabbing, let's go ahead and see what we prepped up for the week. So first up for meal prep this week, we are going to be going in with breakfast. That way, while we have these in the oven baking, we can quickly mix up lunch. I have shown a version of these before, but they are a tried and true. Absolutely love them, and they're super convenient to heat up and grab on the go in the morning, which you guys know we love. So we're going to be making some of my egg bakes, and I just portion them all out in those containers and pop them right in the oven in these glass containers. So what am I adding to it? We've got some Good and Gather turkey sausage. We've got some egg whites, 5 whole eggs, some Good Culture cottage cheese, some Idaho spuds, hash brown potatoes, and I'll show you how I prep these. You can use whatever potatoes that you want. And then I have some baby spinach here that I need to go ahead and use up. You guys know I'm usually a huge fan of the frozen spinach, and then I can just like crunch it and put it right in there. But I have this fresh spinach that I need to go ahead and use up. And then seasonings, I've got some chopped onion flakes, of course, Kinder's Buttery Steakhouse, and then a little bit of the Members Mark Green Goddess seasoning, which I also have been loving. And then I have some peppers here that I'm going to chop up and throw in here. And it seems like a lot of things, but it'll come together really easy. And we're going to start by getting our peppers prepped up first. Now I am adding some peppers into this, but I also need some peppers for a dinner throughout the week. So since I'm already chopping it up, already have everything a mess out in the kitchen, I'm going to go ahead and prep that for the dinner night just to help make my weeknight be a little easier. All right, we've got our pan here over medium heat. Just hit it with some avocado oil spray. Now we are dumping our bell peppers in there, and we're gonna cook those down for just a couple minutes to soften them up a little bit before we throw the turkey sausage in. All right, so those have a nice little bit of color, softened down a little bit. Now we are gonna add our turkey sausage in there and get that nice and browned up. All right, seasonings are in there. Just gonna mix this through and let it cook up a bit more. I don't measure seasonings, I measure them with my heart. You do you. And while the sausage mixture is cooking up, we're gonna go ahead and prep our potatoes. I have put these straight into the egg bakes, just dry like this, and cooked them, and they kind of soaked up the egg. But I'm going to go ahead and prep them with the water this time because it does make them just like a little bit softer and help the egg bake not dry out as much. But both ways are good, especially if you're under a time constraint and just want to hurry up. Absolutely could just throw these babies in dry with the meat mixture, the egg mixture, and you'd be good to go. But it's equal part potatoes to water. So I have 2 cups of the dried hash browns in here, and I have 2 cups of water here. I'm just going to dump it in there and just let them sit and soak up while I get everything else prepped. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Okay, so the turkey sausage is browned up just like we like, and now normally at this stage it's getting fogged out. I would go ahead and add my spinach and my cottage cheese, let the spinach cook down, let the cottage cheese get all nice and creamy and melty, and then I would separate it into the containers. But because I made both full packs of sausage and I don't need that much for my servings, I made some extra for the family. I am just going to keep this separate, and I'm going to add the spinach and the cottage cheese into the individual containers once I divvy this up. This is going to make 10 servings. There's 10 servings of the turkey sausage in here. I need 6 of them, and then the rest will be for the family. Okay, and because I know I'm going to get a million questions about how I weigh this up and separate this into servings, I'm going to show you. So I have my food scale here. I just put the whole pan with all the turkey sausage in there, and it comes to 2,004 grams. Now I know how much this pan weighs empty, one because I cook in it all the time, but also because I have a cheat sheet in my notes app that has all the measurements of all the pans and pots that I cook with all the time. This pan by itself with nothing in it weighs 1,006 grams. So this mixture is about 1,000 grams, and I want to divide that number by 10, and that gives me the number that I need for each individual serving. I'm going to quickly spritz each of these with the avocado oil just so nothing sticks. Now we're going to put the hash browns down on the bottom, and I'm impatient and didn't want to wait for it to soak up all the water, so there was still a little bit of water remaining, and I just dumped it out. And now we are going to separate this into each of the containers. Now I've done the same thing with the potatoes when I am separating this into 6 servings, which will be 57 grams each serving. I've just cleared the food scale here to 0, and I am going to scoop out 57 grams into each container. Alright, so we've got the potatoes and the meat mixture down in there. Now we're going to take our fresh spinach, and I'm just going to very lazily rip this apart and throw it in there. Spinach is done. Now we're going in with the Good Culture cottage cheese, and we're doing 110 grams into each container. If you're not a huge fan of cottage cheese, then I definitely say to make sure you put it in the meat mixture and melt it all through so that it gets nice and creamy. If you're somebody that doesn't like the texture, you're just not a huge fan, then definitely melt it down. But I love cottage cheese, so I'm just going to throw it in there. It'll still melt in the oven. I know some people are weird about cottage cheese. Now on to the egg portion. We're going to crack 1 egg in here and then add 100 grams of egg whites, stir it up, and pour it on top of each one. And now I do 1 whole egg plus the egg whites because I like to get the healthy fats and the nutrients out of the egg yolk, and then slash the calories and get more protein by adding the egg whites. But again, you do whatever fits for your macros. Also, another way to do this, just so you guys have multiple options, you can put all of your eggs together. So for these last few, I am just going to do it this way so I can show you guys. Put all of your eggs in there, and then I'm doing 100 grams for each one. I have 4 eggs in here. I have 4 left to fill up, so I'm going to pour until there's 400 grams of egg whites, and then just evenly distribute them into each. All right, we've got the eggs all in there. Got them on some baking sheets just so we can easily throw them in the oven. The oven's preheated at 350 degrees. You'll probably cook them anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes depending on what kind of bakeware you're using, how your oven is, etc. You just want to make sure they're somewhat firm and the eggs are cooked. All right, and while breakfast is in the oven cooking, we're going to go ahead and start whipping up our lunch, and it's going to come together really easy. We are making a tuna pasta. To it, we are going to add a couple tablespoons of light mayonnaise. We've got some 0% Fage Greek yogurt, 5 cans of the solid white albacore tuna, 5 cans of the chunk light tuna. I like equal parts of both. I just like the taste and the texture better, so I always mix them together no matter what kind of tuna salad I'm making. I've got 1 can of no salt added sweet peas here, some Barilla protein pasta. We are going to add salt, pepper, celery seed, and then I had one of these little like dill seasoning packs left over from one of the salad kits that I've been loving, and it was really good, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there just to use it up. And now I've already cooked my pasta. That way it would start to cool before I mixed everything together. So it is here. You just cook whatever pasta you're using, the package instructions, and you'll be good to go. I have 6 ounces of dried pasta. I weigh it dried and then cook it. So it is cool and ready to go. Now we are just going to open and drain our cans of tuna and the peas, and then start mixing all of this together, and it'll come together in a couple minutes. Okay, so I thought it was filming that whole time, but clearly it was not. but we are adding the cans of tuna in with the pasta. The hardest part of this recipe is literally opening the cans of tuna and draining them, because that is a pain, am I right? But now I am just dumping them all in here. We're gonna dump everything in here, mix it up, throw it in the fridge, and let it chill. Now we're gonna throw the scale under it and throw in our mayo and our Greek yogurt. Got all this mixed up here, and I just transferred it in the bowl that I'm going to be storing it in the fridge, and I have this on my food scale, and I dumped it right in there, and that comes to 1,944 grams, and I'm just going to divide that by 7, and that's going to be how much each serving is, because this is going to make 7 servings, and it has killer macros. All right, we've got meal prep ready to rock and roll for the week. Our egg bakes came out absolutely awesome. I had them in there for about 25 minutes, and then I put broil on just for a few minutes to give it some color on the top, because we eat with our eyes first. Crisp it up a little bit. I'm gonna let them cool, chill on the cooling racks, and then I'll pop the lids on them, throw them in the fridge, be good to go. And then on the morning of, I'll probably add some sour cream and salsa, or just whatever I want, some avocado on the top, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. And I'll pop the macros and the ingredients up on the screen here. And then we have the extra sausage mix there for the family. We have our tuna pasta salad for lunch in here, ready to go in the fridge and chill on, depending on what the day is, depending on whatever tickles my fancy or what we're having for dinner and how the macros play out for that day. On some days, I may add some bacon crumbles on top if I want to keep it nice and savory. Maybe throw some protein chips on the side. Or if I'm feeling like some craisins to throw a little sweetness with the savory, then I'll add some of these in and have some fruit on the side. So that way I can switch it up through the week if I feel like it. And I'll throw the macros up for the tuna pasta salad without the toppings, just by itself, the regular base and the ingredients here. And then we've got our peppers and our onions made up for Taco Tuesday, so that dinner night will be super easy, prepped, ready to rock and roll. The only thing I have to cut up is a watermelon, but I'm not gonna do that for a little bit. But after I finish up some laundry, I'm sure you can hear the dryer in the background, then I'll cut that up and throw it in a container, have it in the fridge, ready to rock and roll. Absolutely amazing snack, especially this time of year. Super cool and refreshing, but super low calorie and delicious. So an awesome snack when you're cutting or anytime. All right, beauty, so that'll do it for this week's meal prep video. Short, sweet, and to the point. You guys know that's what I'm all about. Anything that I can throw together quickly that helps me stay on course and hit all the targets, I am game for. Next week's will be even easier. I am filming an entire first week of the cut, so make sure you guys are looking out for that. Make sure you're subscribed, click your notifications, because I know a lot of people say that they don't see the videos pop up in their feed. So if you click that bell, or even if you've clicked it before, unclick it and re-click it, just so that they will start showing up in your feed. That way you could track along this whole 8 weeks, and I hope you guys are joining in with me. Even if you aren't on a fat loss journey, just staying consistent, staying true to your training, staying true to your goals, and feeling your absolute best. Do that right alongside of us so that we can all level up together, feel our best, show up in the world our best. Because we can't be our best for everybody else if we aren't feeling our best ourselves, right? We can't give what we don't have. So I hope you guys are out there crushing it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with anybody else you think it may be helpful to, so that we can all level up our journey and have easy, fun things that help us hit our macro targets in the kitchen. I hope you guys are out there absolutely killing it. I love y'all to pieces, and I will catch you in the next video.